Hey, yo, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Talk 100 Podcast. On this podcast, we spell talk with the one instead of an L because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's talk about it. Guess what, y'all? It is episode 69. Is it me? But come here, bring. Yeah, give me a bring. Come on. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm excited as always doing an episode because there's always new things, new topics, new shit to come up throughout the week that I put as topics to the show. But the fact that I look at also episodes that I'm at, like episode 50, episode 10, all these episodes, milestone episodes. Even though this is a freaky ass episode 69, it's still a milestone. I'm close to episode 70. And you know what that means? After episode 70, I got 30 more episodes and I'll be at episode 100. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Kind of a little bit of surreal moment. I'm not as big and as popular as your other podcasters, but that's fun. I'm on the rise and I'm still continuing to grinding and I'm still continuing to be who I am and do what I do. But the fact is, of like when I first started this whole podcast thing, and I'm on episode 1, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I manifested it to be like, okay, I can see 100 episodes. Being realistic, I didn't see 100 episodes, and so the fact that I'm closer to that goal and I'm keeping grinding, I feel like I'm at the best spot now. I'm starting to get a little bit more fans is coming along. Welcome to the show. I'm glad that y'all enjoy the clips and enjoy what y'all see so far. It's going to be a lot more as the years go on and we do this. So welcome to the ride. But the fact of like me, just saying, like it was just a small milestone I had of 10 episodes, and now I'm at almost 70. You know what I'm saying? So this is just fun, and God is good. All the blessings to God. Thank you to all the fans that are watching. Even if you don't watch the full episodes, the fact that you watch the clips and you engage and I know you probably see a couple of clips and then you go look at some more clips. I appreciate that. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments, the good and the bad comments. I appreciate all of them. I read them all and I comment and I reply. I try to reply to them all. A lot of them I can't really see, but I really appreciate everybody, man. Y'all are the reason I kind of do this. Of course, me wanting to do this, and I got my kids and my wife. They all encourage me to keep doing it, and so it's so fun doing this. And I'm glad that y'all are here experiencing this journey with me. So thank you guys. This is really for y'all, man. Episode 69 and counting, going on to 70, going on to 71, all the way 75 to 80 to 88 to 99, and then the big triple digits. As soon as I hit triple digits of episodes, man, I just, this shit is gonna be lit. It's gonna be live, and I can't wait to see what happens. All right. Yeah, and I hope down the line y'all be like, man, this man's still going. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm still a thing. I'm gonna hopefully put this brand to notice, and everybody knows what that is in a few years, and hopefully I can get those thousands of followers, millions of followers, and so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah, until then, it is what it is, and we gonna make it happen, right? So let's start off this episode by saying, I'm gonna start saying like I actually got a lot to do today, so this is gonna be a nice episode. Maybe not my usual 40 to an hour. Maybe it might be 30. You know what? As much as I talk, it might be an hour. I never know. You know what I'm saying? I do gotta pick up the kids and do all this. First things first, I want to get this out the way. I am about to cry. It is October 17th. 2025. In exactly 1 month, on November 17th, y'all boy is going to be turning dirty 30. Dirty 30, baby. I'll be 30 next month. In 1 month exactly, I'll be turning 30 years old. I'm going to be partying in Vegas. So see y'all in Vegas if y'all going to be there. It's going to be a fun, wild ride. At first, when I turned like 27, 28, and I'm getting close to 30, I'm like, man, 30's still young and all this, and everybody overreacts about 30, and yeah, whatever. And then kind of, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this was last week, and I started thinking about it like, yo, one more month and I won't be in my 20s anymore. People ask, how old are you? 20? Oh my God, I am 30. But 30 is cool. 30 is still young, okay? All the 30 is still young. All 40s are still young. Really 50. You're not really old until you start hitting the 70s and 80s, okay? But when we're still some young spring chickens, okay? So I'm still young, but I'm still old enough to remember a lot of shit. And one thing I do remember is y'all remember I literally forgot that this place existed. I was on my way. It was me, my wife, and my kids. We was on our way to my daughter's football game. Well, she cheers for the football team, and so we was on the way to the game. First of all, driving to Waco is nasty. Okay, if you are in the Texas area, you know how far going from Austin to Waco or Austin to San Antonio. And just traveling for a little kid's football game, that these motherfuckers keep losing. Remember last year I told y'all that they just wasn't winning like that, and they still not winning like that. They won one game this year, actually. Last year they didn't win none, but they won one, and I missed that game. I hate it, but it is what it is. But we was driving to the game, so we're driving to Waco. I'm driving right, and I look over, and I see a van, and on the van, it says R.A.C, and I'm like, I know that's not a Rent-A-Center van. And then as soon as I say that, my wife is like, that's still a thing? I was like, who you telling? I forgot about Rent-A-Center. Rent-A-Center, for people that don't know, okay, a lot of people that's my age, 30 and above, 29 and above, okay, even kids, I'm sorry, y'all, even people who are 25 and above, I say that for sure. Y'all was there with the Trishas with us. We know Rent-A-Center. Okay? Your parents, your uncle, your auntie, somebody had something from Rent-A-Center. And we all been in the house to where we saw Rent-A-Center people pull up, or we been in that house that they pull up to. And when you hear the knock on the door, you just like this. You better not say a motherfucker word. We ain't here. You ain't about to take my shit. I know I missed my payments. I know I'm late on my payments. You still ain't taking my shit? Yes, kids. Back in the day, like Rent-A-Center is still a thing, apparently. So I gotta give it credit. Back in the days, though, Rent-A-Center was more popular because you can literally rent a center. Like you rent couches, you rent TVs, you rent refrigerators, washing dryers. You rent all this shit for your house or apartment, and you got to pay monthly payments on it. Miss those payments, they come in a knocking with a big ass truck. And they so embarrassing, man. They just put you out on blast, like big ass truck coming already. All right, cool. And then you just dom. Like what the heck, bro? It's getting bad out here, man. But that was back in the days. So I don't know about now Rent-A-Center, but yeah, back in the days that was the thing to do, man. You wasn't going to go buy new furniture and new stuff and new appliances. Just go rent the motherfucker, because you only gonna be staying at the apartment for a couple of months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but you ain't wanna spend more money on new shit. Just go rent the shit, and it's cheap. The way they used to rent out shit, it was cheap. Like I'm not gonna lie, but we ain't got time to be keeping up with these bills, man. We got too much shit going on in our life to be keeping up with that. But yo, Rent-A-Center is still a thing. I want to know, is Rent-A-Center? Are y'all still pulling up on people's houses, running up people's houses, taking their shit? Is that still a thing? I need to know this because I want to see it, low-key, because I want to know who is still getting shit took by Rent-A-Center in 2025. We in 2025, okay? Facebook Marketplace exists, all right? That's just me. I don't know, man. Let me know in the comment section. Y'all remember Rent-A-Center? Rent-A-Center, did you have some expired bills from Rent-A-Center? Have you been to Rent-A-Center lately? Is there still a Rent-A-Center? Okay, I knew about Radio Shack. My stepdad worked at Radio Shack, and I knew about Radio Shack, and even before I met him, and I used to go in Radio Shack all the time. Like I thought Radio Shack was like high tech place. Like they used to have all the stereo systems. They would have the phones. I remember when those robotic dogs were a thing. I used to go to fucking Radio Shack and you see them bitches, and like I ain't gonna cap, I did want one, but everybody was getting one. And then if you go to Radio Shack all the time, like if you was a tech savvy guy, they have all the fancy alarm clocks, the fancy video games, the fancy this, and all of this shit. And like I used to be actually happy to go to a Radio Shack, but couldn't afford nothing in there because they was tripping. House phones at Radio Shack was like $100. House phones. Y'all remember house phones? Yes, house phones. Actually, I know somebody with a house phone still. I can't put my hand on my finger on it who I know with a house phone. I ain't gonna lie, I thought about getting me a house phone. Shit, man, I'm getting tired of people calling my phone, my cell phone, so I'm gonna start giving them my house phone number. Everybody gonna hear this phone ring in the house. And if I gotta hear mine individually ring, everybody gonna hear this shit ring. But yeah, man, Rent-A-Center and Radio Shack used to be the shit back in the days, man. You was in there, bitch, more than a couple of times a month back in the days. Radio Shack and Rent-A-Center, okay? And like I said, to this day, they probably still the feds. Rent-A-Center is. They still the feds. Still coming to take your shit, putting you on blast. Hey, motherfucker, answer. The feds. Speaking of the feds, man, listen. Okay. Apple. Yes, the company Apple. First of all, just want to say I support y'all 100%. As you can see, got my MacBook. I got another MacBook that's in my other backpack. I got my other iPhone for doing other stuff, businesses and everything. My iPad. You know, I've had iPods and back in the days. I've been an Apple guy for a minute. Y'all got my full support, but I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I'm probably just one of many that's probably going to complain, or maybe I'm just the only one. Apple, I need y'all to fix something in y'all AirPods. Talk about police. The AirPods are my biggest op right now. My biggest op are my AirPods. And when I say that, it's because, especially when I'm at work, I have an AirPod in, and then when I'm chilling at work and I have my AirPod in, of course, you got the Siri, and it talks to you, and you can talk back to it. Siri be bullshitting. And I mean be bullshitting. Dude, it be times I'm sitting there having a conversation with somebody, and I might say one word or a name, and it's like, calling such and such. No, bro. For the past year and a half, my phone has called random ass people I haven't talked to in years, people I haven't talked to since high school. I've been having the same number since I was in like the 8th grade. So I still got numbers in my phone back to those days. I'm like, yo, no. And like sitting here trying to call random people, sending random texting you want to send, or because with the AirPods they read you your text, and if they read it to you and you say something too quickly, or they catch another voice around you, they'll repeat what it was, and like, you want to send? No. And like, just like the calling people, as soon as they say calling such and such, I'm like, no, man, over here trying to call everybody. I remember one time my producer out in Colorado, shout out to Misha, I was that shit happened like that to where I just got a random text. He was like, hey man, I'm gonna call you back. I'm doing something. I'm like, I didn't even call you. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you just called me. He sent me a screenshot. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what did? I was like, yo, I never called you. He was like, yo, the ghost is fucking with you, homie. I was like, dog, what is going, bro? These AirPods got to get the fuck up out of here. You need to fix these motherfuckers, cause man, you are calling people that don't need to be called, people that I forgot existed. No disrespect, but forgot existed. People that I wish I forgot they existed, and you calling these people. Siri, Apple, AirPods, we have a serious beef. Want to squabble it out, man. I would be wanting to stump my AirPods so bad. Siri, we gotta fight. And then it don't help because it's be funny, man. So I'm a funny dude, man. A lot of times, and I tell people all the time, you really can't take me serious because I'm just always doing jokes and talking shit. But it's funny because you know you got the different voices of Siri now, and I hear everybody. Everybody like my wife's voice is a UK voice. You know, you hear the American voice and all this voice. It's crazy because my voice for my Siri is an Indian dude, and it'd be funny because especially please like okay, fix the AirPods, but please don't fix the correction of words, man, because hearing the Indian dude say nigga in my ears when he's reading my text message is probably one of the funniest things on the planet. Like my brother would text me and be like, and like I'll say something about 2K, and then it'd be like, from Hunter, these niggas think I'm playing and I'm not playing about that 2K shit. I'm like, yo. I be sitting there crying. And then for people, like my mom didn't know I did that, and my stepdad didn't know. And so I was riding in the car with them, and then we was going somewhere in San Antonio. So I had to put on the GPS. And when I put it on GPS, it was like, start the en route to digital. And then my mom like, is that an Indian guy? I was like, hey, man, leave me alone, okay? So, hey, Siri is crazy. I want to squabble with Siri so bad and my AirPods because y'all will put me in bad situations that I don't want to be in, that I don't need to be in. But I'm in those motherfucking situations, and I hate y'all for that. Apple, fix your game, Ronnie. Fix your AirPods, Apple. Come on, man. Steve Jobs rolling in his grave right now. Actually, no, he's rolling in money in his grave, so it is what it is. All right. Banana Ball, okay? In one of my episodes before, I have talked about Banana Ball and the Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas are still killing and still doing good. Banana Ball is still a hit. Banana Ball has actually done something that's super, 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 super exciting, okay? Banana Ball, the whole league, is adding another team. And even though it's a new team to the league, it's an old team that they're bringing back. The Banana Ball, all of that organization is bringing the Indianapolis Clowns to Banana Ball. Okay, for everybody who don't know, Indianapolis Clowns was a Negro baseball league team that was famous back in the early 1900s, and all when they did the Negro leagues for baseball, and then, it was kind of segregated and separated. But the Negro leagues had crazy amount of teams from Kansas City to all these other teams, but Indianapolis Clowns were one of their best, teams, showboating teams. Now, there was the true Harlem Globetrotters of baseball back in the days, was them. And so, Banana Ball has brought them back as a full team. They got the uniforms is crazy. I want to say Josh Howard is the coach for that team. That's great for history, and that's great for Banana Ball, man, and that's great for us as black people, because when the Clowns back in action and playing baseball, kids will want to go look at the Clowns, and then we can go to the Negro Leagues Museum, and when you see that clown, like, oh wait, there, you know what I'm saying, and it's never too late to get put on to something, and so I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy. I'm happy that is happening. I'm happy that we are getting that back and that culture back, and we can put that culture back into really everything. Like, black culture is one of the top cultures, if not the best top culture that gets copied, that everybody that's easily influenced, everything. And so putting that back into baseball is great. Everybody already hates Banana Ball and the Savannah Bananas and it's not real baseball. You really gonna hate when old Negro League team and the Clowns come in and we back on top. It's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait. Shout out to Banana Ball. Shout out to the Savannah Bananas. Shout out to the Clowns. Y'all, I can't wait when the season comes. I can't wait to watch now. This is something that we got to get excited for. We're gonna watch, and we're gonna stay tuned, and we're gonna be all that. Looking and all that, right? But it's been crazy, man. Banana Ball has been on the rise, man. You talking about 50 Cent, Chance the Rapper, all these rappers coming out performing, and everybody's having fun with it. Dude, they got all eyes on them right now. All eyes are on them right now. Keep grinding and keep striving, because I'm watching the Banana Ball. Okay. NBA season about to start soon. LeBron James is going to be out for a few months, probably. At least a month. It's a month and a half, a few weeks. So a month and a half probably. Other shit is going around the league. Everybody, I don't like to talk too much because I know preseason has started. There's some injuries that's happened that people are coming back or they're going to be out extended period of times. But I know I can't talk about it too much because the season really hasn't started officially. But we're getting close. I'm talking about not even a week away. We're getting super close to the start of the season. Okay, and so I can't wait. One thing that just happened not too long ago, that's just kind of recently happened. Russell Westbrook, triple-double king, MVP, Thunder's legend. He is signing with the Sacramento Kings. Russell Westbrook is signing with the Sacramento Kings. Okay, for people who know me, y'all know I'm not a big Westbrook fan. I've never really kind of been big on him. As a KD fan, I ain't gonna lie. Like, especially being a kid, I was like, man, Westbrook, I mean, it is what it is. I can say what I want to say, and I ain't gonna be shy to say it, or I'm not gonna be scared to say it. I blame Russell Westbrook for a lot of shit. Why we lost series, why we lost games, and I blame it. I keep saying it. Russell Westbrook is a curse. Look what happens. You go to your team, you either out in the first round, or I was happy he did get out the first round with the Nuggets, and I actually thought they had a chance of going all the way. But man, I was just like, man, he's kind of a curse, man. But I'm actually happy for him. Okay, it's kind of unfair. It's kind of the same thing like with Chris Paul. It's unfair and it's unfortunate for these guys that are real good at basketball and they want that chance of being on the stage and getting their ring, and they don't get that many opportunities. And so I feel bad sometimes because they need those opportunities. They deserve those shots and they deserve those rings. These are two good. I'm talking about Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Say what you want about them. And I've said my piece about both of them before, but say what you want about them. They both are Hall of Fame great players that deserve a ring, really. Okay, and like unfortunate that they both had a chance in the finals to get one and they just fell short. But man, they deserve the rings. And so I don't know about winning a ring with the Kings, but I just hope that Russell Westbrook kind of refines himself and is able to be good enough on the Kings to where you can go get that chance at a championship squad the following year. All right, so it is what it is. CP3 has a chance with the Clippers this year to win the title. I thought the Clippers were going to actually do some damage last year, but I think with the help with the veteran presence of Chris Paul back in that lineup, and you still got James, you got Kawhi. Zubac is probably one of the most underrated centers in the league, in my opinion. I love Zubac, even though I'm not a Clippers fan. And Zubac is the dirty work of dirty work. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that Russell Westbrook does good for the Kings. I'm not going to hold my breath on it. Like I said, I ain't never. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Everything that's going on from the trades, it's almost trade deadline actually for the NFL. So you're going to see a lot of your phone is going to be buzzing. A lot of trades is going to be happening within these next 2 weeks. A lot of cuts, a lot of releases. We did it. Speaking of, we did it. Thank you. We did it. Tennessee Titans finally fired Brian Callahan, okay? First of all, should have never been hired in the first place. Just my opinion. When we hired Brian Callahan, I looked and I asked, who is this guy? And when they said, oh, no, he was with the Bengals. He was on that team that helped get the Bengals to the Super Bowl, and he helped develop Joe Burrow. All right, cool. Will Levis is not Joe Burrow. Cam Ward, not Joe Burrow. Even when we had Tannehill, not Joe Burrow. So we don't have anybody capable of Joe Burrow things on our roster. We don't have the roster that the Bengals have with two good receivers at the time. Well, no. Even when Callahan got there, we didn't have AJ. So we didn't have those top caliber receivers that the Bengals do with Joe Burrow. We didn't even though the defense is always shaking, and even now their defense is shaky with the Bengals, we still didn't have a tough-nosed defense that just, as long as you can shut down at the right time, then Joe Burrow can go out there. We didn't have all of that. And the Tennessee Titans are a dysfunctional organization already. From the owner all the way to the last player on the roster. Like, literally, bro. No in-betweens. Everybody sucks. Everybody. Sucks. Jeffrey Simmons, one of the best D tackles in the game, and I got him actually winning. I actually had him in the beginning of the season winning Defensive Player of the Year. And he's playing out of his mind. I ain't gonna lie, Jeffrey Simmons is playing out of his mind. So, I guess I gotta be the fake tough guy. Okay, we're not talking to Jeffrey Simmons. Okay, you sit down. Whatever. But everybody else, ass. What Cam say? Well, we ass for keeping it a buck. We are ass. From literally ownership all the way to the last player. We are ass. Now, I don't blame Cam Ward. I'm just kind of like, you just got to look in the mirror, bro. Everybody talks about overhyped and a bust, potential bust. The shit I was saying about Caleb Williams last year, the same shit is going on with Cam Ward. Yes, and shout out to my homie Lane. First of all, Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. If you need somebody to vouch for, if you need a lawyer to vouch for you how good you think Caleb Williams are, how good you think the Bears are, call my homie Lane DeMaine. You would think the Bears are the best team. Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the league. Talking to Lane. I feel like I lose brain cells talking to Lane sometime about Caleb Williams. But that's another conversation for another day. Dude, the shit that he was taking up for Caleb Williams still look good. Look at the potential. Look at those throws and doing this. He was not looking like a number one overall pick. Same thing I'm about to say about my own quarterback, Cam Ward. Yes, he's had spectacular throws. Yes, he's looked good. Okay. You still don't look like CJ Stroud. You still don't look like Jaden Daniels. Hell, you don't even look like Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield didn't have that good of a record his rookie year. And he didn't even start his beginning games of his rookie year. But you don't look like that. Raw talent that needs to be developed the right way. That's what we need, development. Brian Callahan was not the coach for that. He was not the coach for that. Then you throw him in there like that, and then you expect this kid to come in and save all of us, this whole organization? It was not going to happen like that. Now, I see the potential, of course. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be honest. See the potential. I think Cam Ward has the best, just the best improvised game, man. He tries to hold the ball until the last second to throw it, but sometimes they can backfire on you. You know what's so crazy? All the mistakes that Will Levis made last year, and we bashed him and we hate him for it, Cam Ward is really doing the same mistakes. It's just makes it look a little bit more cool. And he's the number one overall pick versus a guy we picked in the second round. So you're going to give leeway to one. Okay, but he's no different than Will Levis. Matter of fact, I think the first four games, Will Levis had better first 4 games as a full-time starter last year than Cam Ward does this year. And I get it, Cam Ward's a rookie at the time last year. Will Levis was in his second season. But still, from what I see right now, Cam Ward is definitely going to be okay. He's going to be fine, and we're going to give him his chances, and his time is coming. But you're no better than Will Levis. No better than Will Levis. And we got both Will Levis and Cam Ward on our roster. Well, Will Levis is out for the year, but still. So, thank God that you fired the coach. What you should have did was a factory reset. You should have got rid of Callahan after last year, brung you in 3 wins, and you just don't seem like the coach that, you know what I'm saying? Like when I look at coaches and when I see people who are in power, you know, especially for a man's standpoint, look up, head straight, talk firmly. When you shake my hand, firmly grasp everything. And he just looked like a little boy up on the podium, arguing with multiple Titans reporters, senior Titan reporters who's been there since the Steve McNair years. since the Chris Johnson years, Vince Young years. They seen the goods and the bads. They seen the very bads and they seen the very goods of this team. And they asking you the same questions that they asked them. And you over here throwing a temper tantrum. Oh, I know what you're doing. And I'm not going to answer that question. Bruh, shut up. Get out. Get the fuck out. This is why he's not a head coach anymore. He don't know how to lead. Now, same thing for a lot of coaches. Josh McDaniels, I think he's one of the best offensive coordinators ever. Especially, it helps when you got Drake May on your side. Not Drake May, Tom Brady. Sorry. You had Tom Brady on your side for all these years. It helps a lot. But at the same time, you was a good coordinator. Trying to go be a head coach, you're just not a head coach. You can't lead men. You can't. And so same thing for Brian Callahan. I think he's a good play caller if you give him the right pieces, but trying to lead a whole group of men, you just can't do it. This is why I hated when we fired Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is a terrific leader. First of all, he played football. Not only played football in the high school, collegiate level, played in the professional level. Not only did you play in the professional level, you played at a high professional level for one of the best teams ever assembled in the Patriots. The Patriots way. And so, dude, Mike Vrabel from the time he got there knew how to lead men, knew how to lead. Just knew how to lead. When you didn't know what was going on and you needed an answer, you go to your leader. Mike Vrabel was our leader. Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year and got us #1 seed in the NFL. Not just the AFC, the NFL. We was the #1 seed in the NFL, and you got rid of him. For who? Brian Callahan. Somebody who probably can't even look Mike Vrabel in the eyes. Now, I guess they're friends because he did hit him up after he got fired. I don't know about that. That's on them. But, dude, we had Mike Vrabel. Yes, after y'all dumbasses traded A.J. Brown, his best receiver, and then y'all start getting rid of other pieces, what is he supposed to do? Well, you was able to get #1 seed with all the injuries. You can do the same thing. No, that was injury to one guy in Derrick Henry, where he came back. He came back, but still, there was one injury versus you're getting rid of my players. They're not injured. You're getting rid of them. I have to replace them with somebody. I don't even know what their name is. Treylon Burks. I love Treylon Burks, okay? As a player, he's trash. But as a person, he's a good person. He's a good kid. Good head on his shoulders. But you expected Treylon Burks to do the job of A.J. Brown? Just because he looked like he can do it, he did it in Arkansas, collegiate level. Oh, but it's the SEC, collegiate level in Arkansas. It's not Alabama. It's not Ole Miss. It's not LSU. These are not prestigious SEC teams. This is Arkansas. I know a few players from Arkansas, running backs, fullbacks, linebackers, D linemen, maybe some old linemen here and there, but not no quarterbacks and receivers. Now I know some quarterbacks from Arkansas, but not no quarterbacks and receivers that are changing the game. I never seen them. No, not from Arkansas. And then you tried to bamboozle us Titans fans by saying, "Oh yeah, we're good. We got a good replacement for AJ." No, we don't. And you saw what happened. Belt to ass when Philly put belt to ass on the Titans with AJ. And then you proceed to Mike Vrabel. You can tell how frustrated he was because he didn't want Will Levis. Tannehill was his guy. If the Titans or if Mike Vrabel was going to draft a quarterback, he was going to draft the guy that can learn behind Tannehill. Maybe not in your first, second round, maybe in the third, fourth, fifth, maybe even sixth round. He was going to draft a guy that can learn behind Tannehill, but he didn't want Will Levis. At this point, you reaching. You trying to say talk slight shit and throw shade at Tannehill. Tannehill, besides Steve McNair, probably one of the best quarterbacks we had in our organization. And you try to just downplay him like that? That's why the Titans are a shitty organization. This is why we are the laughingstock of the NFL. Continue to be the laughingstock in the NFL. People say all the time, y'all don't know what you're doing. And that's true. We have no clue what the fuck we are doing. And we're going to continue to get pounded every week. We're going to continue to be shitty every week. We're going to continue to draft #1, #2 every other year. Maybe every other 3 years. Because we don't know how to fucking hold on to something when we got it. Mike Vrabel, if he was still on the Titans, we would be okay. We would be revamped. He would have got his stuff together. He would have got the shit that he needed for the order. That one fallout season we had with Mike Vrabel, his last season, that would have probably been his last season being bad. And then he would have got the shit together because he was in the front office doing shit. He was doing everything. He's with these players. He's with everybody. Everybody loved Mike Vrabel. When you say people love Mike Vrabel, and that was another difference. Nobody liked Brian Callahan. Nobody liked him. From players to media to fans, all hate Brian Callahan. Now, okay, I'm not going to say hate. Hate is strong. I'm sorry. We just strongly dislike Brian Callahan. Mike Vrabel had everybody. When we have victories and he's in doing the victory speech in the locker room, or he's talking to the team before the game, man, you talk about wanting to run through a wall for it, man. He's our leader. He is. And the fact that y'all part ways, you fired him because of what? For no reason. Because we had one bad season. We don't have rings. We don't have rings to sit here and say, oh, we can fire whoever we want because you're not winning us rings. Get the fuck out of my face. We never won a ring. So what? A coach who has got us to, in my opinion, our highest peak of an organization from having best player in the league, in my opinion, in Derrick Henry on the team. One of the best receivers, at least top 5 receivers at the time, in A.J. Brown. Tannehill was a good working functional quarterback that can get us there. He really could if everybody else played up to par. The defense, legendary. And, dude, we had the pieces. All you have to do is just keep building off of that. But nope, you fired because, you're not winning like we should. We're not developed. We never won anything. So how you gonna sit here and tell me what winning looks like if you never fucking won anything? Mike Vrabel has. He put the blueprint in the Titans to win. He was seeing it. All you needed was time, but no, you got rid of it. Now guess where? He's back at home with New England, where he learned his winning pedigree from, where he's gonna bring it back to. And guess what they're doing? Winning. You think they're gonna fire Mike Vrabel? No, they're not. Stupid. Same thing with Penn State. How are you going to sit here and fire a coach? And I get it. Lost 3 games in a row. Tough 3-game losing streak. I'm not going to lie to you. And that sucked. But you don't fire a coach. You're 3-3, and you fire your coach after your starting quarterback gets hurt. And you fire a coach because he lost 3 in a row. After all these good seasons that he had for you before. The amount of players he's put in that program and sent to the league. The amount of money he's generated you over these past 5+ years that he's been there. Look at the players he sent to the league. Look at all the nobody really, like, Penn State has always been a top school for years, but he helped elevate that shit. And you fire him? Coach Franklin is one of the greatest people on the planet. I met him in person. He's a great person, and you fire him because he's having a terrible season. You have one terrible season out of the whole freaking 10 seasons you've been, or 5+ seasons you've been the head coach, and you mean to tell me I get fired? And you know what? It's backfiring because guess what? How many recruits have said they're not coming anymore to Penn State because you fired him? That's the love and passion he has for the game and his players, and that's, like I said about Mike Vrabel, Coach Franklin too. You want to run through a wall for this man. This man is a leader amongst men. A leader. That's what you look at, and you fire this. I hope Coach Franklin finds a good job at another school that's going to actually give you the recruits you need. As a matter of fact, Alabama, get rid of old boy, y'all head coach, and go get Coach Franklin. I guarantee you, y'all going back to winning national championships. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. It's just sickening, man. Y'all firing the wrong coaches because you losing, and y'all don't know what the fuck winning looks like. I don't understand that. Firing a coach or firing anybody for losing, and y'all don't know what the fuck winning looks like is diabolical. Titans, diabolical. Penn State, diabolical. Y'all don't win shit. Haven't won shit, at least in my lifetime. But it is what it is. All right. Sorry. Got a little hostile right there. Sorry. All right. For everybody that don't know, when I was growing up, I used to go to Atlanta a lot. Atlanta is popping. It's always been popping. Okay. Shout out to the Falcons. Last week I did call them beating the Bills on Monday night. After party in Magic City. I hope it was lit. All right. Somebody send me a video. But I used to love going traveling to Atlanta when I was a kid. My uncle been in Atlanta since like late 90s, 2000s. And so every summer I used to go down there and spend time with him and spend time with my uncle in South Carolina. Now thinking about it, I didn't know it was really that short, South Carolina to Atlanta. Because we used to drive like maybe 2 hours, and they used to drop me off. We used to go up and visit. I never noticed how short it was, but at the same time, I was like, I'm just like having fun. When you're a kid, one day is like a week, because everything your mind is just going 1,000 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? You don't really understand shit. So I had fun in Atlanta, man. I've been to a lot of parks and a lot of go-kart places. Met a lot of people. Been to a lot of hoods in Atlanta. Had a lot of good food in Atlanta. That's the first time I had Zaxby's, and Zaxby's is phenomenal. Better than Raising Cane's. Zaxby's over Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is over fucking rated. But anyway, yes, overrated. But one place that I literally, it was a lost memory that I was just talking to my stepdad not too long ago about. Do you guys remember, especially people who went through Atlanta, been through Atlanta, and I know this place was I don't know if this still exists, but I know this place was all across the United States. But when I went to Atlanta, my uncle used to take me all the time. ESPN Zone. Do anybody remember the ESPN Zone? So ESPN Zone was really like a place. Of course, it was by ESPN. Or about and all them. And so when you go in, it's like imagine a Dave and Buster's, but all ESPN, right? And they was lit in there. When I'm talking about, as soon as you walk in, you got TVs everywhere. Everything's on ESPN, ESPN regular, ESPN2, ESPN News, like everything is ESPN. You go to the bathrooms and it was a TV right there, and you watching ESPN. Okay, you eat and have some food. They had some good food. They had real good food. I ain't gonna cap. It was phenomenal. But you go and then you go to the game room. They have all types of games, ESPN type games, football, bowling, some what's the name, hockey, like foosball, but with hockey. They had that, and all the arcade games you can think of, but also ESPN arcade games. And dude, ESPN Zone was the shit when I was growing up. A lot of people don't know about ESPN Zone. I even talked to my wife about it. I was like, yeah, I used to love ESPN Zone. She's like, what's that? And I got excited like a little kid explaining to her what ESPN Zone was. And so I don't know if they still exist. I have to check this. But if they do, I would love for my kids to experience ESPN Zone. Dude, I had fun. And me being a sports person, I was a sports person back then. But me being a sports person, I thought it was the best thing ever. Anytime I was going to Atlanta, I used to always bug my uncle. Like, yo, can we go to ESPN Zone? Can we go to ESPN Zone? And like, you just like, damn, we already went. Like, I know, man, but you live here. I don't. So, let me know in the comment section. Do you guys remember ESPN Zone? Is there still an ESPN Zone around? Like, I would love to know this. I need to figure this out. All right. Y'all already know what time it is. Time for the nitty gritty. It is time to call some games. We're going to start off with college as usual. Okay. All right. College time. We got Saturday. We got a crazy good game. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Vanderbilt, man, they almost went toe-to-toe with Bama, and they did lose to Bama. I know that. I know they lost to Bama, but they went toe-to-toe with Bama, and they've been actually having a good season this year. LSU travels to Nashville to play the Vanderbilt Commodores, and both teams are 5-1. The game is going to start at 11 a.m., noon Eastern time. Vanderbilt, I want to say, is going to win this game because it's in Nashville. But, dude, LSU is on a mission right now. Brian Kelly's not bullshitting. He's on a mission. He's got these boys ready to rumble. Okay. I got LSU coming into Nashville beating the Vanderbilt Commodores. I still think it's going to be a good game. I hope Vanderbilt pulls it out. This is the first time I can say that Vanderbilt has been so good that I'm actually paying attention to them. So I hope it plays out, but you never know. You never know. Okay. Afternoon game. We're going to stick in the SEC. We have Ole Miss traveling to Georgia to play the Georgia Bulldogs. Ole Miss is number 5 in the country at 6-0. Georgia is number 9 in the country at 5-1. Okay. Who do we got winning that game? For people who know me, y'all know, like I think I said in one of my episodes, shout out to my coach, Coach Van. Shout out to some more guys that I knew about with Ole Miss ties. Ole Miss is the school that I fuck with. I went to Ole Miss when I was in high school. I tried my best to get to Ole Miss. Didn't play out like that, but it is what it is. But and if you know me too, I can't stand Georgia. I hate Georgia with a passion. I got my reasons for hating Georgia. That's something I can explain on another day. Okay. With that being said, I'm still going to pick Georgia to win this game in Georgia over Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to get his first loss versus Georgia. But Lane Kiffin is doing perfect and doing great with Ole Miss. And I think Ole Miss, even with this loss, I think Ole Miss has a chance of going to the playoffs and doing something really big in the playoffs. Shout out to Oregon, man. We took a nasty L last week versus Indiana. I'm kind of glad we got that out the way, but we took a nasty L. And we play Rutgers this week. We should win that game. I'm going to go Oregon in Rutgers, though, but I'm still going to go Oregon winning that game. Okay. A couple of night games. 2 night games that I'm going to be watching for sure. Okay. First one we got on NBC. It's going to be USC versus They traveling all the way to Notre Dame to play the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. USC is ranked 25-1. Notre Dame ranked 13th at 4-2. This is going to be a perfect good game. I feel like anytime Notre Dame has night games, they are always good games. Always good games. And you cannot dismantle Notre Dame anyway. So I got Notre Dame actually taking the dub over USC in Notre Dame. Okay, I think Notre Dame is time, even though those losses in the beginning of the season kind of hurt them. I think they're bouncing back pretty well now. I think Coach Freeman has got his troops back in order, and I think he's going to come ready, firing off on all cylinders, and I think they're going to be back into the mix of, back into the talk of the national championship. Okay, and then for the number 1 game of the night, all eyes on me like Tupac. Tennessee travels to Alabama to play the Crimson Tide. Tennessee Volunteers is going to be playing the Alabama Crimson Tide in Alabama Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Again, if you know who I am, I actually hate both of these programs, but I hate Tennessee more. I really do. And even though I'm from Tennessee, I just hate Tennessee more. Tennessee Volunteer fans are equivalent to Cowboys fans. It's y'all year to do everything. And it's going to be y'all year again to beat Alabama, I bet, this year, huh? Y'all have a good team. I think y'all have a better team and a better coach than Alabama. But I got Alabama breaking y'all hearts again in Alabama. Alabama for the win over Tennessee in Alabama. Score is going to be very close. I say 30-27. Actually, 34-27. We'll do that. Last second touchdown. Let's go, Ty Simpson. Being from Tennessee and you probably about to go beat Tennessee, yeah, I fuck with that. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that was my prediction for college. On to the NFL. Okay. To all my people that's going to be rising and shining up early, 8:30 a.m. game that's going to be across the sea, overseas. We got Los Angeles Rams playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. Both teams are 4-2. I think Puka is still, I don't know if he's back yet or not, but Puka needs to be back in order for the Rams to be good, equivalent again, actually. So I don't know for sure, but I do say, you know what? Jacksonville has been rolling. I'm going Jacksonville with the win over the Rams. I think Jacksonville can pull this out. Okay. Divisional game. The team we lost to last week, the Raiders are traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. That's a game that, even though both teams' records right now are not appealing, those division games get nasty. And so I think it's going to be a very fun and nasty game, but I think Kansas City is going to take that over the Raiders. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders actually win this game over the Chiefs. That would be kind of cool to see. Okay, Battle of the Shitties, 1-5s. We got Miami traveling to Cleveland to play the Cleveland Browns. To be honest, I hope this is a game to where both of the quarterbacks I'm rooting for have a chance to play. Quinn Ewers for Miami, Shedeur Sanders for Cleveland. I hope both of those quarterbacks get a chance to play in this game. I hope the starting quarterbacks for Miami and Cleveland, even though I love Dylan Gabriel, but I hope they both kind of is not up to par, and you got to put those backups in, and those backups shine. I think Quinn Ewers is ready to be inserted. Dude, Tua is not it. And you can tell in the past interviews, the past weeks, he's not it. Mike McDaniel, if you want to keep your job, make the change right now. You betcha make the change right now. I still got Cleveland winning that game though. Since it's in Cleveland, it's going to be a horrific game to watch. I'm not going to cap to you. Okay, afternoon game. There's going to be I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be Indianapolis Colts going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Both teams are actually good this year. Colts are 5-1. Chargers are 4-2. Both teams have something to prove. You know what? I hope Danny Dimes continue to show how bad of a coach Brian Daboll is. I got Colts beating the Chargers in LA for that game. All right. I'll call one more before I get to the night games. A good divisional game that's going to be probably shown all over the place. Washington Commanders travel to Dallas to play the Dallas Cowboys. That game is probably going to be one of the games of the week. Another nasty divisional game. The records don't pop out to you, but it's going to be another nasty game. I'm going to be watching. I don't know. I know my stepdad's out of town. I don't know if he's going to be able to watch it or not. But I'll text him about it. But so Dallas is probably one of the most unique teams in the NFL. I never thought I would say that Dallas has probably the best offense in the NFL. And it's not even close. Dallas scores every time. Every other time they touch the ball, really every time they touch the ball, it's like maybe a couple of times they punt. They're scoring. Touchdowns, field goals. Touchdown, field goals. They are scoring. The problem is your defense sucks so bad that you have to score 30 points a game to win games. And even then, last week you scored 30 points and you still lost. Dallas has a great offense. Washington has a solid defense. Washington's offense is better. And so, it was better than Dallas defense. Let me say that. If Washington's defense struggles, it's going to be a shootout. And in a shootout right now, I'm going to take that. But if the defense can step up for Washington and get a couple of stops, Washington wins this game. I got Washington Commanders winning this game in Dallas. Go ahead, breaking these Dallas Cowboys hearts again. Okay. For your night game on Sunday night, you got Atlanta Falcons going to travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Sunday night football, okay. Monday night, Michael Penix and Bijan Robinson looked like the best quarterback running back duo in the league. And with Drake London, quarterback, running back, wide receiver trio in the league. They look like they was the best one on Monday night. Can they repeat that again on Sunday night coming up? I don't know. I still think Mac Jones looks good for the backup quarterback as we are still seeing how long until Brock Purdy gets back. But until then, I think San Francisco is going to pull out this game versus the Falcons on Sunday night. Okay, now we got 2 Monday night games. 2 Monday night games. First game is going to be Tampa Bay traveling to Detroit to play the Lions. Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield is looking fantastic. Baker Mayfield is an MVP level player. Okay, guess what? Thank you, Cleveland. You could have had him. You had him. He got hurt 1 year, and so you say, oh, no, we're going to get Deshaun Watson, because if Baker Mayfield can do that with this team, what can Deshaun Watson do? Nothing. Baker Mayfield is making everybody eat words. And I'm proud of him, man. And I'm happy for him. But this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a slugfest. You talk about slugfest, this is going to be a slugfest. Both offenses are crazy. I think it's going to be one of those times to where who has the ball last? And I think Detroit has the ball last at home. Detroit wins this game versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday night, the first game. That's just my opinion. And then for the second game, you got Houston traveling all the way to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is 4-2. Texans are 2-3. Texans have been struggling this year. They need a dub right now. Seattle has been good, but they can struggle at times. I'm going to go divisional brothers. Divisional brothers, okay. I'm going to go Texans pulling out the upset. I got Texans pulling out that upset in Seattle. I think Texas can pull out the upset in Seattle. I know they will. Okay, I ain't gonna say I know, but I got them pulling out the upset. Okay, and then just kick off week 8 next week, Thursday night. Thursday. We got Minnesota traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Minnesota, even with Carson Wentz, has been looking good. If Carson Wentz continues to play good, do you still play him and just wait for J.J. McCarthy and to fully get healthy and you can shelve him for a while? Or are you trying to rush back J.J. McCarthy? I don't know. I don't know the status about J.J. McCarthy for this game yet, but I'm pretty sure he might play because I think he was listed as the third emergency quarterback, so he can play if he needs to. But I think with an extra week of rest, he's ready to go. So J.J. McCarthy might be back. But the game is in L.A., so I don't know. People don't think about it. Traveling from East to West Coast is a big-ass time gap and time difference, and it can throw you off. I'm going to go Chargers. I think Chargers is going to actually win their game on Thursday night versus the Vikings. That's just me. That's just who I think is going to win. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me on another episode of Talking on the Podcast. I told you I tried to make it shorter, but I just can't. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I can't help it. But until next time, you already know who I am. I'm Zay for Life, and Zay for Life is out.